I've got a bad habit of just opening up the eShop just to see what's on sale, but I couldn't help but notice this baseball game was just $1. So let's talk about why WBSC eBaseball Power Pros was so cheap. And was this game worth the $1 that I paid, let alone the $5 that I would have expected to pay? And I'm not trying to focus in on this game as a deal, I just really thought it was interesting because I've seen this game before, I've seen this series before. It's actually really popular in Japan. In spite of how cute the characters look and how fun the game is, it never really got a ton of love outside of Japan. When you first load this game up, it throws a lot of online multiplayer information at you. It's pretty much encouraging you to go online and play against other players. So right off the bat, that's why I figured this game was $1. It's just an online only experience. It's not enjoyable offline. So that's it, right? Pretty quick reason. It's an online only game. Well, you're wrong. Not only is there a lot more as to why this game is so cheap, but there's also a lot more to this game even though it is cheap. There's also an offline league championship mode, an offline tournament mode. There's practice, there's versus, there's basically the makings of an entire baseball game on this $1 package. And there's even a rudimentary league mode where you can set up a league with a calendar. Granted, the championship mode is the focus since it's at the top of the menu, but it's also the most flushed out. But still, you're getting essentially an entire arcade level baseball game for just $1. And the key to understanding why this game actually is so cheap and why this game is actually more important than we realize is the WBSC label at the beginning of the title. The WBSC, or the World Baseball Softball Confederation, is behind this game with Konami. They're sort of sponsoring it and going in on Konami with this game. So the World Baseball Softball Confederation is actually looking at this game as the baseball softball eSports offering for the Olympics. This is the confederation that handles Olympic level baseball, and they're using this game as their esport parallel. And what's more, one of the reasons the championship mode is being so emphasized upon is because they're holding global and also Japanese local tournaments in this game. And if my assumption is correct, they're making this game so cheap so more people play it and more people get the chance to compete. They're trying to popularize esports baseball on the Olympic level. And while I can't speak to future tournaments, the one that they're holding right now results in a finals that takes place in Singapore. So ultimately, not only is this game worth playing if you're looking for an arcade style baseball game, but it's also a sneaky way for you to get involved in Olympic level competitions. I just found it very interesting that this is the way that esports baseball is starting to become more popular, and it also makes me question once again if esports will ever wind up on the actual Olympic stage. Is this the beginning of that conversation? I don't know, but I think it's really exciting that actual Olympic events are being held in a game that we can all buy for $1 on the Switch. It's also on the other consoles as well, so it's not limited to just the Switch. I don't know if the tournaments are cross-platform. That would be an interesting conversation as well, but ultimately I just think this is a really cool thing, and I'm glad that I looked into it because otherwise I would have never known what the WBSC was and also what the heck is going on with this game and why it's such a cheap game. I grew up playing World Series Baseball 1998 on my Sega Genesis. I loved that game and I wasn't really that good at it, but I had a great time with it. There's something about baseball games in the simplified way that don't involve full rosters of pros that I enjoy. It's very arcadey and fun, and honestly a little more fun than watching the game itself. I do wish there was a home run derby mode, but once again, $1. Are you gonna take a shot at being an esports baseball WBSC Power Pro? Well, let me know in the comments. I'm excited to talk about this. This is just one of those things that's gonna start blurring the line between esports and physical sports more and more, and I think this is a really huge step in that direction. As I learn more weird stuff about video games, I like to post them on my YouTube channel. That includes popular games and not so popular games, so make sure you subscribe for that as well. Thanks very much for watching. Good luck in the esports arena of baseball, and I will see you in the next video.